What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I wanted to talk to you about the news that recently came out that caused Lucid to go up roughly about 6% after hours. So I want to break it down, what it means for Lucid and its investors. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciated. And with that, let's get right to it. So as you can see, EV maker Lucid closes 1.5 billion raised from the Saudi Public Wealth Fund and other investors. So it looks like the PIF did add roughly about 86 million shares, and other institutions, or overall just to the outstanding shares, 56 million was added in that regard. So this is where you get that 915 that the PIF did add. So if you do the basic math, I think it works out to be about $10.50 or give or take. That is what the PIF did pay. So that's a very optimistic standpoint. The fact that they see significant value at that stage to add more Lucid is a very positive thing. But to be fully fair though, I'm sure if it was even at $20, $30, they would still add. But that's my own opinion, of course. Like I already said, I'm not a financial advisor. But right now, leading into this, the PIF did have just over about 1 billion shares and change. So definitely a very big, substantial position in Lucid. And overall, this 1.5 billion will help the balance sheet. So the total cash equivalent short-term investments based on the Q3 earnings, there's 3.34 billion. Long-term investments, 513 million. Total debt, 2.34 billion. And based on the previous earnings, Sherry's been saying that this cash that they did have was sufficient up until the tail end of the year. I beg to differ and disagree a little bit. I personally feel based on the burn rate is going to be Q3, but again, who am I to judge? Whether it be Q3 or Q4 of 2023 is definitely now in the past because we have that additional 1.5 billion that was just closed. But keep in mind though, this isn't necessarily new information. This news came out on November the 8th about this 600 million and 915 being offered to the PIF. And the PIF, I do believe the following day said yes, they're going to. So once again, this is just old information. And this is what begs the question, why is it up roughly about 6% after hours? Well, I personally feel it is a little bit more of a short trap. So a short is setting a trap for individuals because what happens after hours, there's not much volume. So technically, if someone does have sufficient amount of shares, they can cause it to go up very much so. And in reality, I'm just going to give you a good breakdown of what I mean by that. So as far as shorts, short score is currently 84, utilization is still at 100%, but I just want to draw your attention to this chart right here, returned shares. See that massive kind of increase right here and right here. It does look like it was roughly about 860,000 shares that was returned. So in reality, it was just plain and simple a short closing out their position, and even not a big substantial one in the grand scheme of things. So once again, you see that, and oddly enough with Lucid though, you do see a little bit more manipulation behind the scenes. So cost to borrow minimum is in fact negative, meaning there is a broker out there physically paying people to short Sofi. So behind the scenes, this might be a little bit more of a roller coaster, but I personally see this as a little bit more of a trap. My own opinion, of course. So this is why at the end of the day, do your own due diligence no matter what. There's a lot of individuals out there that are talking and kind of setting traps for individuals, one of which is on Twitter. And for the most part though, I do generally correct him. But as you can see, this individual, I think a lot of people are very much excited about a lot of the things he does say, because he likes to give a lot of pointless just comments. Very optimistic, so I give him that. He is one of the most optimistic Lucid fans out there. But he does spread a lot of information, such as this, that Lucid adds 1.5 billion to capital, and this is basically what he mentioned was going to be epic news 2 weeks ago. But like I said, even based on my answer, I probably shouldn't have called him an idiot, but I think a lot of people who know their own stuff and do their own due diligence really see through the BS of this individual. So again, I'm just bringing him up only because technically in the grand scheme of things, you guys need to do your own due diligence. There's a lot of individuals that are out here just pumping it completely. So I think coming from an investor standpoint, what you need to do is you need to rule out both the positives and negatives. This is why my channel, I like to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes the ugly sucks, and some people don't really want to acknowledge that. but you need to kind of weigh everything out. So once again, this is fairly good news in the balance sheet wise and long-term health wise, but this is already known information. So the fact that we are up 6%, I personally feel this is a trap being set by shorts. But again, I could be completely wrong. I'd absolutely love tomorrow for us to be up 6, 7, 10%, whatever it is. But realistically, I'm not sure. So let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciated. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.